To explain to me how in less than 24 hours there's a freaking zucchini that size. I was out here yesterday harvesting, and look, another one. Oh my gosh, is there more? There's probably more somewhere in there. Look at all the beans we've got coming in here. We got another cucumber, and another cucumber, and another cucumber, and another cucumber, and another one on the way. Oh my goodness. Then, as everybody knows, the mass amount of tomatoes. Alrighty, so we just had a little bit of a rainstorm, so I'm just gonna go around and check everything. But while I'm doing that, I wanted to mention a couple of processing and growing tips that I like to go by, just to make sure that I don't feel super duper overwhelmed whenever we're going through the garden, because like I showed in the beginning of this video, there's a lot of things that the garden has to offer us, but if we're not prepared for it, if we grow more than we intend to process or more than we're capable of processing in an evening, then we are more likely to see the garden as more of a chore instead of a joy. So I want to make sure that everybody kind of remembers, you know, to have fun in their garden, you know, and make sure that it stays fun for a long time. So how do we do that? My number one, wow, that was a really good piece, sorry. My number one for making sure that you guys can enjoy your garden for the whole time is only growing what you're going to eat. So I do complain about the amount of zucchini that comes out of my garden, and the amount of tomatoes that are going to come out of our garden is going to be insane. However, I'm prepared to be able to deal with that, and I have a plan for what everything's going to go into. I grew these specific varieties so that I could have pastes and salsas and bruschetta mixes and all that kind of stuff for them. So everything has a plan, even though it is a lot. And we have enough. So the kind of basic number one principle that I go by is only grow what you're going to pick. So if I came out here and I had a zucchini that was like 15 feet long, I'd have to cut down on my zucchini production next year, because I'm obviously not keeping up with how much I'm picking. I'm picking them way too late. I'm just not able to keep up with it. So that would be a cut down on what I need to do for next year. My next step would be only process what you pick. So if I come out here and I spend my entire day picking broccoli, like this little guy here, then I go inside and I just kind of leave him on the counter and he goes bad. That's also not a good way of looking at it. So the only thing, if you're not going to process what comes out of your garden, that is another indicator that you need to draw back a little bit on what you are offering in your garden. The third one is eating what you process. So if in the next year you guys don't eat what comes out of your garden or what you've processed for that year before your garden starts coming into play this year, I would also see that as an indicator for you guys to dial back some certain plants that you have in your garden or scale them up. So I find that we don't have enough jams that last us all year long. So I'm scaling up our berry patch for this year. We go through lettuces a lot. You can see here. Look at those beautiful lettuce. So we go through those a lot, and we also go through spinach a lot. So not only have we processed and picked all of our spinach from our spinach monster video, but I'm growing more. So you can see there, we've got a new round of spinach coming up right now to fill the hole in our garden as well. Some things will last you a little bit longer. Some things you will use more often. But the thing is to remember that this is supposed to be fun as well as part of your livelihood. So if you guys aren't enjoying it, then it's not as much fun. You're probably not going to want to do it. The more likely you are to go to the store. So being in your garden is supposed to be fun, as well as being able to provide food for you and your family. So if you guys have too much of a certain food, it's taking up room of things that you would like to consume. So I'd like you to keep that in mind as well. There is no shame in scaling back your garden if it's what you guys use. Everybody's diet is a little bit different, and everybody uses foods in different ways. A lot of different cultures, a lot of different areas in the world use a lot of different spices, and the ability that you have to grow things is different, and your cultural cuisines will reflect that. So if you're growing somewhere that is heavy on spices, you may have a bigger herb garden. If you grow in an area that you have more dense foods, like more pastas where you need more sauces, so you need more tomatoes, things like that. So I would suggest keeping that in mind when you guys are growing your garden, and that'll kind of keep everything closer together so you guys can have a little bit more fun as time goes on, because we are about to move into full-blown canning season as the garden starts to produce in mass amounts. So I just want to make sure that everybody is prepared and ready for the weeks that are coming ahead, and I can't wait to share those with you guys and see how everybody is doing on their gardens as well. So if you guys are new to our channel, my name is Jillian and this is the True North Life Homestead, and I am so happy to have you here. We upload every Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 a.m. and this is our beautiful garden that we're going to keep working on because I need more. As bad as that sounds for some things, but we have some varieties that I didn't get into here this year. I definitely need to do some more cucumbers and for pickling next year, as well as a couple other varieties that I didn't get in this year that I'm going to get in that have to overwinter, as well as going to be growing over the winter. So stay tuned for that because that's going to be lots of fun, and I hope to see you guys next time. You have a great day. Down there. Does anybody know why they're so light? I'm really surprised because this is the only plant that's really light. Everybody else seems to be still quite dark. Oh, those ones are light too. I wonder what it is. They're bell peppers. They're not hot peppers. See, that one's green and nice and dark. I've got two plants where they're nice and light. But look, I got a nice big one down there with so many. I mean, I'm really excited about it. But it's a lot to deal with, and if you guys aren't ready to deal with them, it can be overwhelming and stressful. Oh, look at the size of that guy. That's gonna be great. This is the guy. Oh yeah, he's got the little ones on here. This is the one that looked awful. He's got a couple of tomatoes coming in there. Oh, there we go. That's better. That's good size. That's the one that was like sticks 2 months ago. Look at him go. So impressed. Still have no idea what it is, but it's doing a good job. It's really pretty actually coming out of my bed. I appreciate that.